thing. Yeah, bitch. You already know who it is. They say the man with the 45, he beat with the man with the rifle, huh? And it ain't about what sword you got, it's about the man with the sword, you dumb fuck. Get your shit together. Hey, war. Killer be kid, boy, I'm a menace. I calm it down, but it's still in me. Pull at your head, boy, like a dentist. These boys rainbow, yeah, they feminine. I cannot show love to my enemy. I know these boys out trying to get me. It's a man down, but it ain't me. War. Killer be kid, boy, life is war. Come around the corner and I'm looking slow. I'm talking my prayer like it up close. I bring the heads off with the sword. Bring that bitch back to the Lord. I bring that bitch back to the Lord. Yeah, I bring that bitch back to the Lord. Rags the riches, I got my take up like I'm sick. Yeah, I'm tough as a decision. I make my mind up like I'm sleeping. Hey, I'm 15, yeah. I cause a commotion. My tit looking miss like new potion. She got a demotion. Rub on her, I need some lotion. I stroke on her ocean, slow motion. Now I'm exploding. I cause a collision. I'm too high like boy train mission. Yeah, I'm sipping. I see your motherfucking vision. These boys keep talking that bitch and I pull up like bitches. Like, where the brand and understand that. I slap on the top of my enemies. Yeah, I already said that. Hello, said yeah, but don't take my comments for weakness. Yeah, I get it, I got it. I'm justified. I'm a whole body. I'll never no silence. Run up on me and you dropping. We do the straight hand like I'm coming. I make it hot. I got that funny hot lava. It's lava. My silence a profit. Way down in stocking. Since though I've been on the cycle, I look at you, boy. You ain't nothing that be like war. Killer be kid, boy. I'm a menace. I calm it down, but it's still in me. Pull at your head, boy, like a dentist. These boys rainbow, yeah, they feminine. I cannot show love to my enemy. I know these boys out trying to get me. It's a man down, but it ain't me. Killer be kid, boy. Life is war. Come around the corner and I'm looking slow. I'm talking my prayer like it up close. I bring the heads off with the sword. Bring that bitch back to the Lord. I bring that bitch back to the Lord. Yeah, I bring that bitch back to the She asked me what I do. I'm always busy. I say I'm getting my weight up, obesity. She wanna come around and wanna visit. She talking through a pussy on, listen, I'm all black. Y'all rats. 223, keep that air on my lap. I'm riding through Cracker Village full of tech. But they don't want no fucking smoke, so I'll relax. I take a nap, bitch. You looking sad. You may not see me, but my voice on every track. Just like a tag, bitch. Your bitch a has been. Where in the world I stepped on her like a Mac. You dumb motherfucker.
Damn, man, we need that one.
Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shadrach Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Thumb Bashim El Shai to all the sisters. Bear with me 1 second. Just gonna get the video quality right. Get the video set up right. All right, if you're watching, make sure you hit that sign-in link. All right, anytime you're coming to a UPK class, make sure you hit that sign-in link, and at the end of the class, make sure you sign out. All right, let's do a little off. All right, that should be better. Again, Shalom Israel, Yahbashim Shabbat Thumb to all the brothers. In English, that means may the Most High watch over you, brothers. Or Salaki, may the Most High bless you, brothers. In the name of who the world calls Jesus Christ. And the sisters, Yahweh Shemar, Hatham Bashim Yashai. I mean, may the Most High watch over you, sisters, in the name of who the world calls Christ. Priest and Officer Sherry YAHANNA, the Commanding General YAHANNA. We're in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. All right. For those who regularly tune in, Salakia for the time. All right. We're a little behind time, but we're still going to get into it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page, Facebook page. You can also see us on TikTok, Instagram, all right, Facebook, different social media outlets. Tonight is Friday night, Lashawan Kodash. So, like here, just trying to get the camera set up right. Again, this is Friday night's Lashawan Kodash class. All right, that should be better. Okay, this is Friday night's Lashawan Kodash class. For those tuned in, you know we're going to start off with the alphabet. Very important for this class. Make sure you grab a pen and a paper. All right, make sure you take notes. Okay, Lashawan Kodash. Lashawan Kodash meaning the holy tongue. All right, holy meaning set apart, the set apart tongue or the set apart language. Okay. We're going to start off by going over the alphabet. All right, the alphabet is very important. All right, a lot of our people, blacks, when I say people, our people, I'm speaking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If that is who you are, that is who you descend from. All right, more than likely, you descend from one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We're people who lost our identity. We're people who lost our culture, our heritage. And in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we are giving that culture back to our people. So when it comes to learning our language, we want to start off learning the alphabet. To those who have been tuned in, this might be getting very repetitive. That's a good thing. You want to keep going over it and over it and over it until you know it like the back of your hand. Okay, once you know it like the back of your hand, that's when you can start reading Hebrew and start speaking the language. Okay. So going over our alphabet. All right, our alphabet goes right to left. And just to do some practice, again, grab a pen and a paper and practice writing out your alphabet with me. Okay. So in Hebrew, we always go right to left. First, we have a ba, ga, ga, ha. All right, those are the first 5 characters. Everybody has a different way of learning. What we like to do in our culture, or Salakia, if you grew up in North and South Central America, a lot of us, we taught our kids nursery rhymes, or we teach our kids different rhymes and poetry to help remember things, right? And so that's why we have, like, you have the ABCs, what do they call it? ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. They have these different rhymes that you do because it helps you remember it in your brain, okay? The foundation is very important. So for myself, how I learned the Hebrew is that I broke these characters down in 5, okay? So that I could practice the pronunciation of each character, and I did it in 5s just to give myself a little rhythm, all right, something to remember. I can use my hand and count it as I'm remembering it. Abba Gada Ha Waza Kata Ya Kala Mana Sa I Pa Tazakwa Ra, and then you end with 2 Shatha. Okay, that's how I did it myself. If you have another way you want to learn it, go ahead. There's no wrong way. But you do want to find a way to ingrain these characters in your mind and remember how to pronounce it. Okay? Okay? Those are the first 5. These are the first 5 characters, right to left. And this is how you pronounce them. Okay? A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha. The next 5. Wa, Za, Ka. Excuse me. Select it. Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya. Okay? And now you pronounce it. Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya. Okay? If you want to take your Hebrew a little further, you can also learn the Assyrian. Okay? I speak about this on this every class. The Assyrian is also very good to know because most of our manuscripts, also known as the Bible, okay, just a collection or compilation, compiling of books, right? Those texts that were put together, a lot of those were written in Assyrian. Okay? So we have, all right, the Assyrian below. Ba, ba, da, da. Ba. And we have wa, za, ka, ta, ya. Okay. So below you see the Assyrian. Right on the top we have the Lashwan Quadash. And in the middle you see the pronunciation. Okay, so those were the first 10. We'll go through the next. Okay, the next 5 we'll Kalamanasa. Okay, Kalamana Sa. And then the next 5 we have I, Pa, Taza, Wa, Ra. Okay, and then I'll do those after. So we have I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra. Okay. I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra. And then the Assyrian below it. I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra. Okay. We've reached up to 20 characters. Okay, and there's only 2 left. In the Hebrew, we have a total of 22 characters in the alphabet. All right. So at the top, we got the Lashon Kodash. Okay, reading right to left. We have Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra. Okay. Up to the 20th character. Again, if you're tuned in, make sure you hit that sign-in link. And to everybody in the chat, the water for tuning in. Okay. All right. Shalom, Janice. Yahweh Shemal Thambashim Yahushai. Shalom to Noah. Yahweh Shemal Thambashim Yahushai. Shalom to Casey. Yahweh Shemal Thambashim Yahushai. And shalom to Trooper Sharath. Trooper Sharath, goodbye. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatha. Okay, the water for tuning in. To the trooper, Trooper Sharash, make sure you take some notes, get a pen and a paper. Okay, if you got any questions, you can ask it in the chat. Not just to the trooper, but to the sisters as well. Trooper Sharash, keep putting in the hard work, right? Keep tuning in the classes. You're going to be an officer before you know it. And this Hebrew is important to know, okay? Both the Lashon Kodash and the Assyrian, okay, that's something that's very important to know. Don't take it lightly. Make sure you take notes and you learn this, all right? Okay, also get the pronunciation down, right? Again, like for myself, I learned by breaking this down in 5s, okay? So I had Abba Gada Ha, Waza Kata Ya, Ka, Kala Mana Sa, right? That's how I remembered it. And the next one is I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra. And then you got 2 left, okay? Which I'll just put off to the side here. Okay, these are the last 2 characters. We have a Sha and a Tha. Yeah, actually, let me erase this. Okay, last 2. we have a Shah and a Tha. Okay. So we got the Lashwan Kodash at the top, right? We go right to left. We have Shah, Tha. Okay, and we have the Assyrian beneath it. Okay. Another way of writing this, Shah, let me write it down like this. So I'll just leave it like this. Okay. All right, this is just my handwriting. Okay. When you come across this Assyrian, and you'll notice there's a difference between what was written down in some of our scrolls and what we have as like printed. Okay. There's a difference between printed and handwritten. Okay. I'll show a quick example of that once you get those down. Okay, so these were the last two, Shatha, and those are all 22 characters of the alphabet. Okay. Now, I'll just give one quick example of what I was talking about. Okay. Now, this is just for the Assyrian text. Okay. If you start reading the Assyrian, you'll start seeing that some of the characters might look a little different. And that's just the difference between printed and handwritten. Okay. So, for example, right, this is the Alap. Here, the olive. Right, Alap, which means cow. All right, cow or ox. So now in the Assyrian, right, for this character, we have something called the printed version, which would look like this. And then you have a handwritten version, which looks like that. Okay? So it's still the same character, but they just have a handwritten version and a printed version. Okay, but both characters mean the same thing. It's still in Allah. All right? Again, this is the Lashawan. Right? These are all the same meanings. Okay? It's just a different form of writing it. All right. Now, something we're going to go over just really quick. Because tomorrow in Israel is a big day for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in our history. Okay, tomorrow is going to be the Feast of Hanukkah. Okay, this is the Feast of Hanukkah, which is spelled like this. Okay, first we have a Ha, we have a Ka, Na, Ka, Ha. Okay. All right, this is how you say Hanukkah. Ha, Ka, Na, Ka. Okay, this is the correct way to spell it, the correct way to pronounce it. All right, we got the pronunciation up here. Ha-ka, na, ka. All right? Hanukkah. All right? In the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22, all right, you have a King James Bible. You're going to read about the Feast of Dedication. Okay? Which in Greek, they have it looking something like this. Okay? This is, they would pronounce this Anka Ina'a. Anka Ina'a. That's how you say it in Greek. Okay, Anka Ina'a. All right, that's the Greek. All right. In English, they wrote the Feast of Dedication. Okay. Um, the reason this scripture is beautiful is because we read about this in the New Testament. A lot of Christians will say that um, the books in the Apocrypha are quote unquote non-canonical, right? We don't need them. They say that we don't need those books in order to follow the gospel or the good news or to follow Christ, right? And they don't understand, like all Christians, because they don't understand the Bible. When you read John 10 and 22, you see that Christ kept the Feast of Dedication. Okay? You cannot follow Christ if you don't follow the way he lived, which is keeping all the law, statutes, and commandments. And this is a feast that Christ kept. Right? He kept this in honor of our ancestors. Okay? Now, we don't read about this in Leviticus 23, but this is a feast that Christ, our King, kept. Okay? Because this was a beautiful day in the history of Israel. And the only place you find the Feast of Dedication is in the Apocrypha. Okay? In the book of the Maccabees, where you read about Judas Maccabeus and his success over the Romans, over the Greeks. Okay? This is what we're celebrating tomorrow for 8 days. Okay? Hanukkah. The Black, Hispanic, and Native American, this is what you should be celebrating tomorrow. No Black, Hispanic, or Native American should have a Christmas tree in their house. We have a very rich culture. Okay? I know for myself growing up, we had Christmas Day coming up. Everybody couldn't wait for this one day. Christmas Day is such a beautiful thing. Then I came into the truth and I started to learn about our feast days. Our Hanukkah lasts for 8 days. Okay? It's a day where we feast and we party for over 7 days. Okay? It's a beautiful thing. Imagine if all your family gathered together for 7 days straight. Imagine your boss at work said you don't have to be here for the next week to go celebrate and party and drink and feast and all the good stuff. That's what we should be doing as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, celebrating Hanukkah. Okay? It's also known as a Feast of Dedication. Now today, we're gonna go over which some people have asked me about, is about what are the different symbols for each of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay? So we're going to go over that today. Bear with me 1 second. All right, so we're going to go over the 12 tribes and the 12 symbols of the nation of Israel. Okay? And so we'll start off with the tribe of Judah. Which we would say in Hebrew, Yahawada. Yahawada. Okay? Let's break it all down. So this is Judah. Okay, we pronounce it Yahawada. And we would spell it like this. Okay, we have a Yah, a Ha, a Wa, a Da, and a Ha. Yahawada. Okay? This is the correct spelling and the correct pronunciation of Judah. Okay? Judah is English, this is the Hebrew, Yahawada. Okay? We read right to left. Judah's symbol is a lion. Okay? Judah's symbol is a lion. Okay, how we say lion in Hebrew is Ariyah. And also put the Assyrian up here. Okay. Right. Like I said, once you learn your alphabet, right, you can just replace these characters with the Assyrian. Okay. Right. Yahawada, we have a Yod. Right. We just put a Yod. We have a Ha. Wa. Da. Okay. That's Yahawada in the Assyrian. Yahawada in the Lashawan Kodash. Okay. We have Ariyah, which is a lion. Okay. This is how you spell it in the Assyrian, Ariyah. something else to pay attention to, right? And again, I say keep coming to these classes. We'll go over this over and over, right? Repetition, practice, right? The scriptures say, study to show thyself approved, right? You got to study, go over things, right? Perfect your craft, practice, right? Take notes. What you'll notice is under the characters, we have these connectors here, right? These connectors let us know what syllable to say and which syllable to drop when we're pronouncing the word, okay? These connectors let us know how to properly pronounce the word, okay? Right? For example, if the da and the ha didn't connect, then this wouldn't be Yahawada, it would be Yahawadaha, okay? It would be Yahawadaha, and these connectors would be faced this way, okay? It would be a totally different pronunciation. So these connectors that we have beneath the word, they're very important, okay? So as you're spelling this word out, make sure you have the connectors in the right place, okay? Make sure you have written down like this, the da and the ha connect, okay? Because if it doesn't, you have a different word. Okay, so one more time, this is Judah. In the Hebrew, we say Yahawada. And then we have the Lashon Kodash, the spelling of the Lashon Kodash, and the spelling in the Assyrian. Okay? And then we have the symbol for Judah, which is a lion. And how we say lion in the Hebrew is Ariyah. So after Yahawada, we have the tribe of Benjamin. All right, Benjamin. This is the tribe that commanding General YAHANNA is in. Okay? Benjamin is the tribe that Paul was in. Okay? Paul, the apostle that every Christian loves to talk about. That is in damn near most of the New Testament. Okay? Paul, from the tribe of Benjamin. Okay? We're known for devouring our prey, for taking over, taking ground. Right? You saw Paul, he established a bunch of churches everywhere. Okay? That's the spirit of Benjamin, the spirit of Benjamin. How you spell that is, you have the ba, the na, right? You connect those two, ban, then you connect the ya and the ma, yam, and then you have a ya and a na. Okay? Ban yam yam. Okay? These connect. And the symbol for Benjamin is a wolf. Okay? is a wolf. And how we say wolf in Hebrew is za'ab. Za'ab. I'll put up the Assyrian beside it. Van Yam Yan. Okay. And you'll notice too in the Assyrian, there's 5 characters in the Assyrian. Right? You have the ka, the ma, the na, the I, the pa, and the tazah. Okay, those 5 characters in Assyrian have 2 characters. Okay, 2 characters for each. Why? Because when the na, for example, when the na ends at the end of a word, okay, they have a different symbol for it. Okay? So you see we have a na here and a na here. Okay, the second symbol that you have for the na you always use when it falls at the end of the word. Okay? If you were to put this na character at the end, that would be wrong. That would be the incorrect spelling. And that's important for brothers to know, especially brothers who want to become an officer. Okay? Details like that matter. Okay? Details like this are very important. Especially when it comes to following order. Paying attention to the details are very important. And somebody, when a man over you gives an order, you want to do exactly as he says. Okay? Because sometimes those small details are extremely important. Okay, so this is how you spell Banyamyan in the Assyrian, and Za'ab in the Assyrian would be like this. Za'ab. Yeah? Za'ab. All right, let's keep going. All right, and Salaki, if you're from the tribe of Asher and you want to learn what your symbol is, you're going to have to wait till the end of the class. All right. No disrespect to Issachar, my Mexican brothers, Mexican sisters. All right. But we're going to get to you. We're going to get to everybody. All right. So next we have Levi, right? tribe of Levi. Okay. You also known today as the Haitians. And how you say Levi in the Hebrew is lawyer. All right, lawyer. You have the la, the wa, and the ya. Lawyer. Okay. And the symbol for lawyer is a dice, which in Hebrew is gabal. Gabal. Okay. You got the Lashon Kodash here. You got the Assyrian. We have the pronunciation. Okay, Levi. All right, the Levitical priests, the tribe of Levi, the sons of Aaron. Okay, those would be your so-called Haitians today. And how we say Levi in Hebrew is lawyer. Okay? Lawyer. And again, the symbol for lawyer is dice. Okay? Dice, which is gabal. Okay? We have the ga, the ba, and the la. And the ba and the la connect. Okay, so you drop the syllable after la. Right? You don't say ga, ba, la. You connect the syllables for ba and la, and you say ba. Okay? Ga, ba. Right? Same for lawyer. You don't say la, wa, ya. You say la, ya. Loy, ya. Okay? So next we got Simeon. Here's Simeon, which is your so-called Dominicans today. Okay? Simeon is Shammai one. Okay, Shammai one. And how we spell it? Shammai one. Shammai one. There's Shammai one. All right. So next we have is Simeon. It's a Shemai one. And how you say that in Hebrew, or Slakia, and the symbol for Simeon in the Hebrew is an axe, which is quadradam. Okay? Simeon is your so-called Dominicans today. The symbol for Simeon is an axe, okay, which is quadradam. Okay. Next we have the tribe of Zebulun. Okay. Zebulun in Hebrew is Zabalah one. All right, Zabala one. Zabala one. All right, we got the Lashwan Kodash and the Assyrian. Okay. And how you say ship in Hebrew? Okay, ship being the symbol for the tribe of Zebulun. How you say ship in Hebrew is Anayah. Okay. The tribe of Zabalawan is Anayah. Okay, Zebulun. Symbol is a ship. Okay, Zebulun is known for dwelling by the water. Anayah. Okay. Anayah. on a yard ship. All right, shalom to Officer Yaquataza, Yahba Shimon Shabrakatha. All right, the water for tuning in, warrior. It's good to see you, brother. So we have Zebulon. All right, this is your so-called Guatemalans, the Panamanians. Okay, this is where the majority of Zebulon is today. Right, don't be simple-minded and think that somebody can't move from Zebulon or somebody can't move from Guatemala to Australia, thinking that because he lives in Australia, he's no longer from the tribe of Zebulon. Don't be simple. Okay, this 12 tribes chart that we have, this is where the majority of our people are. Okay. I was saying earlier, I'm from the tribe of Benjamin, Banyamia. Jamaicans are all over the world. Okay. We've left the Caribbean islands. We've moved all over Europe, Canada, North America, South Central America. We're all over. But the majority of us, okay, we go back to Jamaica or the West Indies, the Caribbean islands. Okay? Or the Caribbean islands in the West Indies. Okay, so this is Zebulon. Again, it's Zabalawan. And the symbol for that is ship on a yacht. Okay, brothers and sisters in the chat, again, if you have any questions, go ahead and type your questions in. Okay, type your questions in. I'll do the best to answer it. All right. If I don't have the answer myself, I'll get the answer from the men above me. And I'll do my best to get you that answer as soon as possible. Okay. So next we have Ephraim. Today, this is your so-called Puerto Ricans. Okay. And how we say Ephraim in the Hebrew is a parium or aparayam. Select apara. Okay. Aparayam. Aparayam. Select. Okay. And we spell that with an a pa, a ra, a ya, and a ma. Okay. And the ya and the ma connect. Aparayam. Okay. How we spell that in the Assyrian, we have a, we have a pa, a ra, a ya, and a ma. Right? And because the ma is at the end of the word, make sure you use the right character. Okay? Aparayam. Okay? And the symbol for Aquarium is a Ra'am. Okay, a Ra'am. Ra'am. Okay, also known as in the English a unicorn. Absolutely, Officer Yaquataza. Right? Tribe of Benjamin, right? Salaki is not just the Jamaicans, all right? Like I said, it's also the West Indians, right? You got Trinidad and Tobago, right? You got Antigua, you got Barbuda, Antigua and Barbuda, right? Don't forget the small islands, right? I know Trinidad and Jamaica are some of the bigger islands in the West Indies, you know, but don't hate on Antigua, even though they only got 5,000 people, right? We got our small islands out there. We got some of our bigger islands. But that whole West Indies, right? The Caribbean island, that is the tribe of Benyamia, the tribe of Benjamin. All right? Okay, so we got Ephraim, right? Also known as your Puerto Ricans, which is Aparai. Okay? And we got both the Lashawan Quadash and the Assyrian. And same down here. The symbol of Ephraim is the unicorn, which we say in Hebrew is Ra'am. Okay, Ra'am. And we have the Lashawan Quadash and the Assyrian. Okay, take those down in your notes. That's the correct spelling. Okay? And don't just take these notes down, all right, but actually practice these words at home. Right? You have family home, right? You're speaking to loved ones or the other brothers and sisters in the truth, right? Say words like Imad, right? Imad or Imadium, stand. Say words like Ba'ah, which means to come, right? Say words like Aina, which means to answer, right? Address your brothers and sisters, right? Say Shalom, Ayak Shalamka, right? How is your peace? Shalom ya Tawab, my peace is good, my peace is Tawab, right? We got to start practicing this Hebrew, right? We really want to make a difference and we really want to change the condition of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? We got to show them their culture, show them their language, right? Start practicing the Hebrew, right? Learn your culture, right? Christ, right? Who the world calls Christ, Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew, he said that his kingdom doesn't come by observation, meaning this kingdom isn't going to build itself. This kingdom isn't going to build itself just by watching, just by sitting on the sidelines and watching somebody teach a Hebrew class. It doesn't come by observation, but it comes by work. Put your brick in, right? Do some work, do something. Learn Hebrew, learn to speak it, right? Practice these things at home with your loved ones. Right? That way we actually have a kingdom for Christ to come back to. Right? So this is Ephraim, Apariah. Okay, and his symbol is a unicorn, Ra'am. Okay, so we got Ephraim, Apariah. Next is we got Manasseh. Manasseh. Okay. He's also known as your so-called Cubans today. I remember growing up in North America, right? And a lot of my boys were always looking at me like, oh, I was light-skinned, or I look different, or my eye color looks a little different. And then I went to Cuba. When I went to Cuba, everybody thought I was Cuban. I didn't realize how many people or how many brothers and sisters I have in Cuba who I look just like. You understand why? Because Manasseh is my brother. You understand? Manasseh is from one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We all suffered under the same curses. You understand? We're all the same tribe, same culture, same family. You understand? Manasseh is brothers to every Black, Hispanic, and Native American. You understand? Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, right? The so-called Negroes. We're all brothers and sisters. Okay? Manasseh. How we say it in Hebrew is Manasseh. Okay? Manasseh. Or Salakia. Manasseh. Right. Make sure we get the correct spelling and pronunciation. It's Manasseh. Manasseh. Okay, how we spell that? Ma-na-shah. Okay, Manasseh. Which is the so-called Cubans. And the symbol for Manasseh is the bull. Okay, a bull, which we say in Hebrew is shawar. Shawar. Okay, Manasseh is how we say Manasseh, and Manasseh's symbol is the shawar, a bull. Okay, so after Manasseh, we have the tribe of Gad. Okay. they we know as the so-called Native Indians. Okay? This one's very simple to remember. How do you say God in Hebrew? Or God, right? What some people pronounce as God. Right? We say it the same in Hebrew. Yeah? God. Okay, God. God. And the symbol for God is the bull. Okay, the symbol for God is the bull. Quasha. Okay? The tribe of Gad is known for being experts of war. Okay? God. Quasha. How we spell that? We have a qua, sha, and a tha. Quasha. Okay, Quasha. Okay. We got 4 more to go. Okay. Reuben. Okay, so next we got is Reuben. Okay. Reuben. How we say Reuben in Hebrew is Ra-Ban. Okay. Ra. Ban. Okay. And how we spell that, we have a Ra, an A, a Wa, Ba, and a Na. Okay, Ra-Ban. Okay, Ra-Ban, that's how you say Reuben in the Hebrew. Okay. Ra-Ban, Reuben, right? Also known as your Seminole Indians. Ra-Ban, Its symbol for Rabban is the horse. Okay, how we say horse in Hebrew is sowas. Sowas. Okay, we have the sa, the wa, and the sa. And the wa and the sa at the end connect. Okay, so we say sowas. The next tribe we got is Asher. These are your Colombians. They're Asher. How we say Asher in the Hebrew is Ashar. Ashar. Okay. Okay. Ashar. And how we say the symbol for Ashar in Hebrew is Ainab. Okay, which is the symbol of the grape. Ainab is how you say grape in Hebrew. Okay. Asher is Ashar. And the symbol is Ainab. Okay, let's get through this. We got 2 more to go. Okay, we got the tribe of Naphtali. Naphtali, which is Naphthalia. Right? These are your Argentinians. Okay, your Argentinians. How we say Naphtali in the Hebrew is Naphthalia. Okay, Naphthalia. Na, pa, thal, yeah. Okay, Naphthalia. Okay, Naphthalia. Okay. And the symbol for Naphtali or Naphthalia is the deer. Okay. And how we say deer in Hebrew is Tazabaya. Now, before I give you the correct spelling, I need to double check my concordance. Just want to make sure I get the correct spelling. Okay. Now, this is the correct pronunciation, but you're going to find when you run into the Hebrew, every so often you see this tazah. Okay. Not every so often. Tazah is frequent, right? But that tazah could be a ta and a za, or it could be a tazah. Okay? You have different spellings. And each of these characters, right, they represent something. Right? Like the tazah is a tomahawk. The ta is a basket. The zayan is I believe it's a weapon. Okay? So these have different meanings, right? You have a basket and a weapon, and then you have a tomahawk, right? So let me just double check my concordance. All right. Just want to make sure I got the right spelling. $31.80. Okay, the Strong's Concordance is a very good book to have. All right. I don't think it costs more than $20. It's a good purchase. All right, and it can just help with your studying. All right, so $31.80. Okay, that's not the word that I'm looking for. Deer. Let me check one more thing. Okay, there's also a website that I use that is a very good tool to have. And I'll share my screen so you can see where I'm going. Okay, I'll make my screen full screen so you can see where I'm going. This is a website called Two Letter Lookup. Okay, and it's just a quick way to look up ancient Greek, Hebrew, Aramaic, Latin, and Syria. Okay, all the things that we study. And let's see if I can pull up Tazah. Okay, we're looking for Tazah Bayah. Okay, so I put in the two-letter lookup. Okay, you can see on my screen I put Tazabah, and let's see if deer pops up. Okay, we have Tazabah. We want Tazabayah. Okay, let's see if I can put all three. Hold on. Let's go Tazabayah. Okay, and you actually see this word right here, which comes up as splendor, a gazelle. Okay, now this could be the word that we're looking for. Okay, this could definitely be the word we're looking for. Okay, because a gazelle is like a small, slender antelope, right? The definition of a gazelle, a small, slender antelope that typically has curved horns and a yellowish brown coat with white underparts. Okay, this could absolutely be the word we're looking for, but in the UPK, we want to be sure. Okay, we want to be 1000%. So let's also look up the other word. Okay, let's look up a ta and a ba instead of the tazah. All right. So let's look up a ta. Okay, that's a ta right there, and a za. Okay, that's tazah, and then let's type in baya. Okay, now you can see on my screen that this word doesn't pop up, right? It says that there's no words found starting with tazah. Okay, the ta and the za. Right? So now if we go back to the other word, which is tazah, then we'll put in a ba and a ya. You'll see this word that comes up as a splendor or a gazelle. Okay? Let me just zoom in a little, okay? If that can help you see it better, right? So you'll see this word again. We type it in, right? It's Tazah Baya, okay? So the character they used is here the Tazah, okay? And so, according to this source, okay, it's pretty safe to say that in ancient biblical Hebrew, right, they wrote it like this: a tazah, a ba, and a ya. Okay? Tazah, ba, ya. Okay, just how you see it written here on the website, they have the tazah, a ba, and a ya. Okay? It's good to have multiple sources, right? So you can cross-reference. Okay, double check, triple check, quadruple check. Okay, ask the men above you. Okay, this is how they have it written down. Okay, and this is from the source, two-letter lookup. Okay, two-letter lookup. Okay, so write this in your notes, two-letter lookup. Okay. And then most importantly, right, a good way to find out, right, always ask the men above you. Okay, we have an excellent teacher, excellent Hebrew teacher over at headquarters, Officer Hazahab. Okay, a brother like that, he'll definitely get you straight, right? So for now, write this down, right? Write this as a source, okay? The source we use is two-letter lookup. They have it written down as Tazabaya, okay? But right here, this is the correct pronunciation. Okay, this is how you pronounce a deer in the Hebrew. Okay, Tazabaya. All right. Okay. So last, all right, we have the tribe of Issachar. Okay, these are your so-called Mexicans today. And how you say Issachar in the Hebrew is Yash Shakar. Okay. Slovakia. Put the pronunciation up first. We have Yash. Yash. Shakar. Okay, Yash Shakar. And how we spell that? We have Yash Shakar. Okay, Yash Shakar. That's how we say Issachar in the Hebrew. And the symbol for Issachar is the symbol of a donkey. Okay? Donkey. How we say donkey in Hebrew is kamar. Kamar. Okay? Kamar. Kamar is donkey. Okay? How we say Issachar in Hebrew is Yashakar. Okay? All right, so what we went over today, we went over the alphabet. All right, like we do in every class. Okay, we went over the 12 tribes, and we went over the symbol for each of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, this is who you descend from. You descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that's what we teach in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General YAHANNA. And so with that said, we're going to end Friday night Lashwan Kodash class. Again, make sure you take notes. Make sure you hit those sign-in links before the class ends. I'll have the sign-out links in the chat. Make sure you hit those sign-out links. Okay, and with that, to the brothers, I say, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai Thumb. And to all the sisters, I say, Yahweh Shamar Al-Thumb Shemi Al-Shai. The water for tuning in. Shalom.
Good night. Yeah, bitch. You already know who it is. They say the man with the 45, he beat with the man with the rifle, huh? It ain't about what sword you got, it's about the man with the sword. You dumb fuck. Get them shit together. Hey, war. Killer be kid, boy, I'm a menace. I count it down, but it's still in me. Pull at your head, boy, like a dentist. These boys rainbow, yeah, they feel it. I cannot show love to my enemy. I know these boys out trying to get me. It's a man down, but it ain't me. War. Killer be kid, boy, life is war. Come around the corner and I'm looking slow. I'm stuck on my prayer like it up close. I bring the hands, I bring the sword. Bring that bitch back to the Lord. I bring that bitch back to the Lord, yeah. I bring that bitch back to the Lord. Rise some bitches, I got my take up like I'm sick. Yeah. I couple this sitting, I make my mind up like I'm sleeping. Hey, I'm 15, yeah. I cause a commotion, my tit look at me like new potion. She got a demotion. Rub on her, I need some lotion. I stroke on her ocean, slow motion. Now I'm exploding. I cause a collision. I'm too high like foreign chain mission. Yeah, I'm sipping. I see your motherfucking vision. These boys keep talking that bitch and I pull up like bitches. Like, what a brand, ain't understand that. I stop on the top of my enemies. Yeah, I already said that. Halo is head, yeah, but don't take my kindness for weakness. Yeah, I get it, I got it. I'm possible. I'm my own body. I'll never need no stylist. Roll up on me and you drop it. We can do the straight hand like I'm coming. I